To the very first episode of Cupid's Corner. It's your favorite love doctor, Miss Kupid, hosting this very first episode, and we are super excited today to have my beautiful ladies here on the panel to talk about love, relationships, sex, men, anything that you can think of. So I'm going to go ahead and let these ladies introduce themselves so that we can go ahead and get started.
Hi, my name is Jaya. I'm from Atlanta.
Hi, my name is Alexis and I'm from Atlanta.
Hi, I'm Keyana. I'm from Athens.
Hey y'all, I'm Charlie and I'm from Atlanta.
Okay, well come ahead ladies, let's drink. Take a sip, okay? Alright. So we're about to get loose. We're about to talk about, answer different questions that y'all want to know. And we're just going to have a good time.
Alright, bring it on.
Let's do it.
Okay, so first things first, I want to talk about toxic relationships. Yes,
okay.
Because, definitely, I know I've been in one. I know we probably all have been in one. So, I just want to get into that. So, tell me, have you ever been in a toxic relationship? And then if you have, talk to me about what it was like.
I have.
Okay, Key, go ahead.
The toxic relationship was cheating. So he would say like, I'm not going to do this anymore. Then I would forgive him. And then he would cheat again. And out of that cheating formed a baby. Woo! And here's where it gets really juicy. The name that he had for the baby was the name that I came
Oh my
up
gosh.
with. Yeah, so the baby has the name that I picked out. But that was toxic. And it's okay because I moved on. I'm in a happy relationship. So that's that.
So tell me, like, how did you get over that toxic relationship?
Prayer. It's a lot of trial and error. With those toxic relationships, sometimes you think you're done, and then it's like, let me go back a little bit more. And so it got to a point where I was like totally losing myself. So I just had to pray myself out, talk to my friends, and get myself out of the situation.
Yeah, absolutely. I know a lot of the times we stay in it because they may have that good, you know what I'm saying? that work, Who else has been in a toxic relationship? I want to hear.
I think we've all been in one.
All right, I want to hear every story. Let's go down the line. Go ahead, Jaya.
I'm still in the relationship, but I don't want to say that it was toxic. But there were times when it has gotten toxic, and I think it came from us just being young, not knowing how to love each other, and basically really communication at the end of the day. But I feel like us loving each other as much as we do, we were able to move past that toxic point in our relationship.
Yeah. No, that's always good. What about you, Alexis?
I'm over here trying to decide which one I want to discuss.
I'm gonna take a drink to that.
Let's just say the toxic relationships that I've experienced all stem from somebody trying to hide something. And therefore communication and comprehension were just irrelevant. And I'm the type of person who's like, let me understand, I'm gonna keep fighting for you, let me see the innocence in your devilish behavior. And all the while it was taken for granted and manipulated all the while. So I had to come out of that through prayer, through Drake music, through a little W&W, if you know what I mean, wine and work. And here we are today, healthy and toxic free.
Come on, toxic free. What about you, Miss Charlie?
Well, y'all? Okay, so I haven't been into too many relationships, but the one I can think of, like you said, Jaya, I don't want to call it toxic. However, it became toxic when the cheating came about, and that was a little bit on what you said, Kia. He didn't cheat not once but twice, and I was kind of that down female to where like I kind of subjected him to cheating. Like I knew you were gonna cheat. You're a man. That's what men do, and I hate to think that way because that's a toxic way of thinking. Like all men don't cheat. There are good men, good, loyal, faithful men out there, but I felt like because I anticipated it coming, I knew it was coming, I kind of forgave him too easy. And I didn't let him feel my wrath. And so him not feeling my wrath made him comfortable to go and do it again. Now, I said to myself, I forgive you because I love you. I want to make this work because we have so much history. And I didn't realize that I was staying in it because not only that's where I was comfortable, so it's easy to go back to, like, good or not, it was comfortable. You're kind of scared to take risks sometimes. And because I stayed in it, it happened a second time. So I was like, you know what? God, why is this happening? Let me try to find it better in the situation. I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to show him what a down female is. Girl, bye. In the midst, I lost myself. I didn't recognize myself when I looked in the mirror. I didn't know who I was anymore. And I didn't realize in the relationship that I was actually hanging it over his head. Although I was verbally saying, I forgive him. I forgive you. I'm over it. I don't care. Deep down inside, I was like, like, listen.
I really don't Now, I can say I've done that a lot too, like in my relationship now, like we're still together, but there's a lot of things that I still kind of hang over his head, but we're working to get there together, so, you know, that's all that, you know.
We didn't get to that part, you know, so we didn't get to work it out.
It wasn't easy.
But I think that's natural too, like, especially with us as women, like, a lot of the times men are like, why are you bringing up stuff that happened like 3 months ago, 6 months ago, last year? And it's like, because deep down, like, I'm still really hurt about that. Like, I'm still not over that.
You didn't pay enough attention to it.
Right.
Or it's the continuous behavior. Stop making me have to bring it up because you keep doing the same thing.
It's the pattern. Exactly. Whether that be communication, whether that be, you know, lying, cheating, whatever the case is, it's like, when are you going to wake up and realize and change, like, you know, my G, like, what's up? What we doing?
One important thing I really want to say pertaining to this question is, I really didn't feel as if though I was a good enough woman, not necessarily to change him, but on the outside looking in, that's exactly what I was trying to do. I was trying to change him. I knew who I was getting with. I knew his reputation before I dated him in high school. I knew he dogged women and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? But I just felt like I was a good enough woman to show him different. There are other women other than your mother who can love you unconditionally. And that was a part of it. So me trying to love him the best I can, and it just still wasn't good enough. Ladies, we have to recognize when that line is drawn and when it's crossed. You have to move on. You have to do what's best for you at the end of the day. Everything that happens is for a reason, and it's all God's plan. And God's plan is always what's best for you, even if you don't agree in that moment. It might break your heart, but you got to go through it.
That's a great point. I want to acknowledge that I feel that my behavior could be seen as toxic by thinking I could change somebody.
Come on,
That's true.
talk about it.
That's true.
Talk about it. Talk about it. Yes.
I don't think I'll ever do that again.
Facts.
That's true, right?
I learned, listen, God, lesson learned.
Got it. So that brings me to my next question. So what do you guys think is one thing that you can take from your previous relationship to incorporate into your new one?
Believe everything the first time and believe your gut. Sometimes I think as women we have like this picture of a man or the potential that we see in a man. Like, no, if he's cheating the first time, that's because he wanted to cheat. If he's not handling his finances, that's because he did not want to handle the finances. So it's kind of like when you get that gut feeling, like, go with it. You may not understand right then and there, but trust me, baby, it's always that light at the end of the tunnel, and you're always right. So.
I would say for me, it would definitely be communication and transparency. I feel like at the end of the day, even if he messed up, we're all human, we all make mistakes. Even if you messed up, don't try to hide it because everything that's done in the dark comes to light eventually. So communication and transparency definitely, and I have poor communication skills just because of things that I've been through in life. And I don't want to blame those things, but it was a result. You know what I'm saying, of the things that I have been through. I learned to bottle things in and deal with it internally. And then eventually it starts to chip away at you on the inside. And that's what you don't want. So for me, transparency and communication in my next relationship for sure.
Absolutely.
And God.
Come on.
Always.
Cheers.
Can you really cheers to God?
Absolutely. Right.
water too much.
Thank you, guys. What about you?
I would say that in my previous relationship, I feel like I didn't have someone necessarily on my level. Like I was always going down to reach back and help him and trying to. So like I feel like now I have somebody who is on my level. Like we're in the same place in life. It's no like if I fall, he got me. If he fall, I got him. And so it's kind of like a team now. So that's one thing that I took is like I'm not gonna settle for someone who's less. And I feel like and I always tell my friends they shouldn't settle for someone who's less. You need somebody to meet you where you at.
Right.
Break you down. Keep breaking you down.
Yeah, because I think a lot of the times we have this, you know, like this notion that we can kind of build the man into what we want him to be, rather than, you know, already going into it like, you need to already come with something. So like bring something to the table. Please. Like I shouldn't have to sit here and figure out how to make you a man. Like that's your job. You know what I mean? So definitely agree with that. What about you, Alexis? What's something that you can take from your previous relationship and incorporate into your new one?
I would say it's along the same lines of what everyone's saying here, but discernment and trusting my intuition. You know, like I think I always felt like I needed receipts in order to be firm in my boundaries. And absolutely not. I feel like I've seen things, I've heard things, I've been there. I don't need to experience it. I don't need to prove to you or justify that I don't want that energy in my life.
Right.
From the jump.
Right.
You know,
that's true.
No more second chances. Or no more third chances.
Right. So I just want to go down the line real quick to just see, like, I usually do like a 5 qualities that you would have in your perfect man. Today, I want to just give me 2. Give me 2 strong ones, and then we're going to jump into this next question, because I want to see how far y'all are willing to go with that. So,
Okay.
Let's go with you, Jay. Let's start with you.
The top 2 qualities I would say is a leader and a listener.
Okay.
Like alliterations.
Come on, Alexis, your top 2.
My top 2 qualities, I would say absolute transparency and fearless communication.
Come on.
Fearless.
She's
so mine. I would say God-fearing and ambitious. Let me edit my response. I would say, because this is actually one of my love languages, reassurance. That's not the actual love language, but that's what I would desire.
Question: if you met a man who had all of the qualities that you desired, but he was broke, would you still give him the opportunity?
Y'all remember what Whitley said on A Different World. The type of man with all 5 qualities could never be broke.
Okay, honey, I ain't mad at that. Okay.
I'm just gonna counter that. What the question is, would you be broke? Money-wise, or do you not have any wealth? Because being rich and being wealthy are 2 different things.
That's a fact.
So for me, if you don't financially have any money, it's like, okay, let's explore the area, because of course you desire your man to kind of back you up and allow you to be stable in case you fall flat on your ass.
Right.
Of course, if you have the perfect man, you would fall on your ass, right? He would catch you.
Right.
But if you don't have the means to catch someone and you can't be caught, is that really the man for you? Money is literally like a piece of paper made from trees. Okay, like it's printed. So for me personally, money isn't a determining factor. However, if you don't have no drive, no ambition, you don't want better for yourself, your woman, your family, you know what I'm saying? Like, then,
Yeah.
it's a no for me.
Absolutely.
But
I feel you.
I'm with
but if you, okay.
I'm sorry. Where the money reside? Where the money reside? Where the money reside? Where the money reside?
And it's serious because, like, when you get serious in a relationship, like my boyfriend and I, we plan on moving in together. I gotta make sure your finances are, like, you know, up to par. You see what I'm saying? Then, like, when we go out, am I always paying?
Yeah.
Or are you paying? Am I paying because your finance is not right? Like, I'm where the money resides. So,
Those questions don't even concern me.
Okay, so I want to spice things up a little little bit. I want to shake it up with this question.
Okay.
So I want honesty too. Don't play me now. Okay, so what do you think if, let's say, if you have a man, or if you're already in a relationship, or if you don't, like your future man, what can he do to spice things up in the bedroom for you? And then what can you do to spice things up?
I got my y'all go ahead. I got my answers ready.
You go ahead.
Alright, go ahead. You go ahead.
Okay, so because I'm gonna be completely transparent, like you asked, I'm just gonna go ahead and just consider myself as bisexual because if you're a pretty woman and I'm attracted to you, I'm attracted to you. And if you have the trust and the communication in your relationship, sis, what you doing tonight?
Oh.
Okay, so that was actually the second answer. The first answer to spice it up was toys, because you might not have that communication or transparency and stuff like that. So toys, for me, toys. Let's get a sex swing. Let's staple it, not staple it. But of course, after toys, because your significant other, you hopefully want to spend a lifetime. So toys might satisfy you for a certain period of that lifetime. So after that, and I'm definitely not just suggesting this like, oh, you bored in the sex room, add another partner, because that's adding complication. That's opening a can of worms that you may or may not be able to control.
You have to be able to handle that.
Okay.
You know what comes with that.
But what comes with that and being able to handle it and being comfortable with it is the trust and the communication within your already built foundation and relationship.
Right.
If that foundation over here isn't strong, you shouldn't be trying to add weight onto it because it's gonna crumple faster.
Yes.
So because I am comfortable with other women, that would be a possibility of mine. You know what I'm saying? So if I like her, like, hey babe, you like her? I kind of like her, and she like me. So what's up?
Okay.
If you can't have that type of conversation with your significant other, then I don't suggest it for you.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's just me.
What about you, Key? How you spicing it up? How you want him to spice it up?
Ooh, role playing.
I think it's already, spiced up, so the ingredients are there, so I'm gonna pass it on to somebody.
Right. Good answer. Okay, Alexis.
I'm still thinking, you got one girl.
Well, I am the type of person I would want to get into role play just because I love movies and everything like that. So I could really would like to get into role play, but toys definitely is something that we've been like looking into, just to add pleasure. Different places too. So yeah, that will spice it up. Those are things I'm looking forward to. So I've got to. So we're getting there.
That's a challenging question.
Okay, let me hear it.
Okay, so have either, any of you thought about, like, go beyond the role playing? Like, you know how you watch like Law and Order or something like that, and the girl was into someone breaking into her house and tying her up with a mask on, but secretly it was all planned and it was a lover, and that's just what turned them on. Yeah. Okay, that's just what turned them on. Before you know it, sis is dead because the wrong person done snuck in. But she thought, you know what I'm saying, it was what she had organized. Have you ever considered?
You lost me, right?
She said,
I'm now.
That's so scripted.
Right.
Super role play, but I mean, not necessarily that scene, but something like that. Like it could be fun because I like acting and stuff like that, so I feel like it would be fun.
It's giving me you vibes. Y'all see
Right.
that movie?
Oh, the show on Netflix.
The show.
The stalker guy.
Yes.
No, I didn't say that scene. I didn't say that exact scene.
That
But
would be
I said
cute,
like
though.
role play.
It's giving love turns tragic.
It's even fatal tragic.
So what if you set up a scenario where someone is coming in and they breaking into your window this, that, and the third? However, look. coming to save you.
Hell no.
What's wrong with that? Like, y'all don't like the scenario, or y'all just don't like? Cause all of that is just like it's planned.
Is it like cops and robbers kind of sort of?
Okay, look, check this out, watch this out. Okay, so let's say all three of us are lesbians, okay? You're my lover, okay? So I want to hire you to break into my house. I'm gonna give you a key. Break into my house. I'm gonna set the alarm, so when you come in, the alarm's still gonna go off with or without the key. You still gotta set the alarm. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So I'm gonna set the alarm, and I'm gonna be sleeping in bed. You gonna be sleeping in bed, cause you ain't gonna know nothing about it, right? So we gonna be sleeping in bed. Now, I know as your lover that you love role playing, and it's just spicy to you. It just does something to you. It takes you to a whole nother level.
Ooh, okay.
So we're sleeping. I'm gonna give you a key. I'm gonna pay you and everything. Honey. So I'm gonna give you a key to come in.
So you know where the money is.
So I'm gonna pay you to come in, and I'm gonna give you a key so you kind of just walk in like you live there. But however, you and I are asleep, so the alarm is on. So the alarm gonna go out. And I'm like, babe, what the hell is that? What's going on? The alarm, somebody in the house, somebody broke in the window. And you come out of nowhere in a ski suit. Okay? Give me your money. And you trying to like, I don't know, hurt us.
Okay.
And so I gotta get all Jackie Chan on you, know what I'm saying? I gotta save my lady. So when I tackle you and I tie you up, this, that, and the third, whatever, and I get you out of the house somehow, some way, without calling the cops, I'm gonna get you out of the house. I'm gonna get you up or something like that. Are you not turned on by me? Am I?
Make me a little,
Exactly.
you know, like a little something.
I saved you
Right.
from the intruder.
Oh, okay. I see what you
That
mean.
is role playing.
That was a deep. That
Yeah,
was
she had a
right. It was real.
I watch too much TV.
And I do too, and that's why I was there when you said it the first time.
At least I had one. That's all I need.
Okay. Well, shoot, I'm gonna have to share that when I get home. Okay, so let's kind of switch gears a bit. So I want to know, because I know me personally, I know sometimes we find ourselves in situations where we may not mean to be the side chick, but we end up being it because the dude is a liar, he ain't faithful, whatever the red flag. So I want to know from you ladies, have you ever been the side chick? And if you were, like, let's talk about it. Like, honestly, truthfully, like, I want to hear it.
No.
Never.
No.
Excellent.
The reason why I say no is because I'm such a Inspector Gadget. So when you think you got one over me, I really got one over you. So when we get in our talking stage, like I already have 3 of my friends already on Instagram and everything else, you know, just to verify or whatever. And then like guys are so stupid sometimes, like they're going to slip up. Like they can't keep up what they say. And women, I don't know if you take like a mental note, but we understand what you just said. So if you told me you was at such house at 7:05 and then you tell me the story at 7:10, so what happened with the 5 minutes? So you lying. So now I gotta investigate the 5 minutes, which is gonna lead me to that you got a girlfriend, which is gonna lead me to I don't need to talk to you.
Okay.
So I'm sorry, that's a lot, but I do a whole lot of investigating because I've been the girlfriend that has gotten cheated on by the side girl. So I don't ever want to be, you know, in that spot. So I do investigation.
Well, maybe I'm naive.
Because I'm like, what happens when you are actually like you talk to a guy? Let's say he doesn't show any signs that he has another woman,
Kristen,
and
that's
he's
what
like,
happened to me.
okay, let me hear about it.
My freshman year, I met this guy through a friend, and very sexy. But he didn't live in the area. Like he's from her hometown. And so he would drive up to come see me. He drove up to just take me to the movies, and then he drove 3 hours.
Oh, okay.
Drove 3 hours to take me to the movies, and then take me to the park, and then take me home. And he did that like throughout my whole freshman year. But towards the end of the spring semester, I found out that he had a girlfriend. So, and I never questioned him because I was like, wow, somebody driving 3 hours on the weekend just to take me to do things like this. I wouldn't even like think anything like that. And yeah, so maybe I was just naive, and that was kind of like, that was like my first time like really talking to a guy and being out on their own. I was a freshman then, so like I was saying, maybe I was very naive. I didn't look into him or anything like that. So yeah, I guess I would have been the side chick, but I didn't I didn't feel like I was a side chick. He never like treated, and he kept asking me to be his girlfriend. So it didn't things just weren't adding up in my head or for anything going on. But yeah, after I found out, nip that in the bud because I don't play that, and I would never want to do that to a woman. But it's just like it was just a little messy.
Well, I guess since she didn't know. I guess it's different when you're not in the same area. So like if we for example, Savannah State, we can call somebody right now. I'm talking such and such. You know about him?
No,
it's different.
I will say I'm gonna keep it real, you know, because I mean, shoot, I was in college and you know I was hooked up with somebody who you know we talked, and I mean like we talked on the phone every day. It was like we was together pretty much. I mean, we just weren't in a relationship because, you know, it was like in the beginning stages. But like you would have never thought that he had a girl. I mean, social media, like you don't post her, like you just got you on there. And then you so low key on campus, don't nobody know about you like that for real. So it's like, right. So, you know, imagine my surprise when, you know, I end up finding out that you got a whole girlfriend. You know, because somebody ended up finding, you know, videos and pictures and stuff that, because you blocked me when you post her. But when she posts you, you know what I'm saying, you forgot that other people follow her. You know, that we had mutual friends. So, you know, so it's like, and it makes it hard too sometimes because, you know, nowadays people put everything on social media. So it's like, when you do, like my friends, they'll investigate for me in a heartbeat. Like, what's his name? Okay, well, let me go find social security number, everything, you know. But, you know, when you're not putting your life out there, it makes it difficult. So, you know what? And that brings me to my next question. Would you have a problem if your man didn't post you on social media?
My man doesn't post me, and I don't have a problem only because he is not the person to walk in and show everything on Snapchat. He does not really post anything on social media. But if he was the type of person to really post and to really look into things like that, then I'd be like, okay, I am the light of your life.
Right.
Yeah. I am the light of your life.
Post me.
I definitely feel that. So kind of to answer the last question too, I consciously wouldn't be the side chick just because I do know what it feels like to be cheated on. So I just don't want that karma to come back and bite me in the butt. As far as the social media piece, I feel like as long as you and I are here, okay, and what you do post on social media doesn't contradict what you're telling me in private, I honestly don't care if you don't post me, excuse me. Would I appreciate it? Of course. Would I love it and adore it? Of course. But social media often comes between relationships. So I don't focus too much on it, especially if I have a relationship, because I don't want to be part of the statistics. I don't want social media to come between my relationship. Post me, don't post me, I don't care. As long as you love me and do what you need to do behind the scenes.
I have a question. So, like, what if you are with this man, but something that he's posting on social media just kind of portrays a whole nother man? So then you're like, oh, you don't want to go off of social media, but that's also what he's putting out to the world for people to know about.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. I do have a problem because this is part of the toxicness. And then let me tell y'all, I was in that relationship for 6 years. Okay, so this was a part of that. He was portraying himself on social media to be a completely different person because he was trying to appeal to his friends or his circle that was around him at the time. And I know for a fact that's not who he was because we were together from basically kids. Even if you're graduating high school, you're technically still a child trying to find yourself. You're closer to adulthood than you were when you first got your driver's license, but you're still a child mentally. So even women and men, even especially women, because women mature faster, you're still a child in a sense. You're still coming into your womanhood. You still finding yourself. It's just something about you trying to impress everybody around you. That does not matter. Your true happiness within inside yourself matters. And something that's really important to tie all of these questions back together, your significant other shouldn't complete you. They should compliment you.
Very true.
Okay? You should complete yourself. You have to be happy on your own, and then someone comes along who's happy on their own, and y'all compliment one another. Okay? Someone can't make you happy. That's your job, your responsibility.
Talk about it.
Okay, so it's that's both of those questions are a little controversial for me. So.
Okay, talk about it.
That's definitely hard. So if someone is portraying a different personality or a different, person on social media, as your significant other behind the scenes who sees who your true self is, let's have a conversation. Why do you care so much about the public opinion for you to portray someone different? Be your true self.
Right.
Who cares what these people think?
Right.
If we're in a relationship, I feel like the only opinion that matters is your own, of yourself, and mine of how I'm attracted to you. If you want me and you want to attract me, are you doing the things to attract me? In a sense, you care about my opinion.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so
That's true. And I think, honestly, I think you hit the nail on the coffin right there. So, actually, I think what I'm going to do, to end this great segment off, I think we should just leave the ladies who are watching with just a little bit of advice. So, for any lady who is going through any type of toxic relationship, whether it's with a man, whether it's with a woman, whatever the case is, what advice would you give them?
Okay. Some advice that I would give you is just to, first, I feel like it's kind of hard. People don't identify when they're in that toxic situation at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
So it always takes to know what is toxic and what isn't. That's what I want to tell you. So that you can know those moments and avoid those moments and not be in that toxic situation.
Research, excellent.
I would say don't make excuses or excuse somebody betraying your boundaries.
Yes.
Stay true to them from before, middle, and after, and you will find your way.
Come on now.
That's good. I would say don't discount the people around you. So like when I was in that toxic relationship, my mom, my best friend, everybody was telling me like, this is not it, this is not it. I stayed in, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna prove y'all wrong, and they were right. And from that, like, I lost one of my best friends because she was just like, Keyana, I don't know who you are anymore. Like, you got so wrapped up in this toxic relationship. So sometimes when everybody's telling you something, take heed to it. Don't just discredit what they're saying.
Right.
I definitely agree with all three of those. For me, of course, is to believe the true colors when you first see them.
Right.
Don't try to give second, third, fourth, fifth chances, because when they first show you who they are, that's truly who they are. The second thing is to focus on yourself at the end of the day, because if you aren't the best to yourself, how can you be the best to someone else? Okay, so just focus on your own happiness and your own self-love, your own self-appreciation. And then, like I said, pay attention to the warning signs. Like, you see a red flag, don't just dismiss it because you think, oh nah, that ain't happening to me. Like, it's too good to be true. Like, no, pay attention. Do your research.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Absolutely. And I think all four of you ladies hit the nail on the coffin. When you guys said everything that you all said, I completely agree 1,010%. So I think that's all that we have for today. I want to go ahead and just thank our beautiful panelists today. Clap, clap, clap. Yes. So thank you all for watching. Don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Miss Kupid. And make sure that you visit our website, www.misskupid.com. Let us know if you need a special date plan. Let us know if you need some consultation. And feel free to look for our products coming soon as well. Stay tuned for another episode of Cupid's Corner, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.